ticketing strategies, mastering the art of event ticket sales through strategic planning and execution. So at first, event ticketing seems like it might be a simple undertaking. All you need to do is create your event, add some tickets, click publish, and then the sales will start rolling in. Unfortunately, in the modern day, there's a lot more to it, and by knowing how best to approach your ticketing strategy, little changes can make a big impact on your sales. So let's start off with multiple tiers. So you want to offer at least 3 ticket tiers to incentivize early purchases. Many customers are price sensitive, so early bird tickets should be attractive enough to secure commitments. Once you reach a critical number of attendees, the fear of missing out will make the ticket price less important. Consider tickets with different entry times, pricing them cheaper for early entry. So by moving through the tiers, customers will feel that the event is popular and selling well, giving them the social proof to further encourage a purchase. If you opt for, say, 6 ticket tiers and you are currently on the 1st or 2nd tier, then you may want to hide the 5th and 6th tier, as some customers may judge that by having so many tickets available, the event is not selling and they may lose confidence. So how can you maximize loyalty? So if you've just run an event, then you should start selling tickets, if you can, the day after your event. You want to capitalize on the excitement and positive emotions of your customers to boost loyalty and early bird ticket sales. You'll see this a lot in festivals where they'll have the festival and then they'll start selling tickets for the next year right away to get people committed. So throughout the campaign, you can offer loyalty tickets to your most devoted fans. This could involve providing them with access to the most affordable tickets before the pre-sale, or offering them multiple chances to purchase discounted tickets via a hidden link. These loyal fans could include those who have attended one or more previous events, or those who are part of a close-knit community, such as a WhatsApp group. The registration. Consider opening registration for your event to boost sales. So when sales start to slow down, you might want to stop selling tickets and then open another registration. So some event organizers require attendees to sign up for each ticket release. This strategy can create scarcity and hype, and if executed well, it can lead to higher ticket sales. Additionally, having a registration process allows you to own all of your customer data, where in contrast, ticket platforms may only provide you with customer data of those people who opted in for marketing, depending on your region. Although registration can be perfect for some events, it does not work for all. You know your event best, and if the strategy does not feel right, then avoid it. We'll discuss registrations in more detail during the How to Run the Perfect Pre-Sale module. So, consistent communication is key. Maintain consistency and subtlety when communicating about your ticket sales. So remember the following key points for what we term as hard ticket messaging. You want to use your marketing channels to make major announcements about each of these points while ensuring a balance with other content. For every hard ticket message, consider posting at least 4 other posts which don't have anything to do with ticketing. Additionally, you can attach a simple ticket message to the bottom of each post, ad or mailer, just to give people that update. Now remember to be consistent with your messaging and actual ticket sales. If you communicate that a ticket release is about to sell out and a week later it's still on sale, it will erode your audience's trust. Some example of hard ticket messaging would include pre-sale sold out, first, second or third release sold out, group tickets now on sale, or final release about to sell out. Don't be too pushy with your ticket messaging either. If you focus on the USPs of your event or subtly giving your audience updates on the ticket status, you will have a winning combination. So another technique is announcing just sold out. So if your event has strong momentum with steady ticket sales, you may want to market as sold out early and then create a waiting list for the final tickets. So this approach creates a sense of scarcity and allows you to gather more data before the event. So if you utilize a built-in waiting list from your ticket platform, such as Dice, then registered individuals will typically receive a push notification as soon as tickets become available. However, avoid a long gap between declaring the event as sold out and announcing the final tickets. Otherwise, those on the waiting list might find another event to go to and they're not going to buy a ticket. You could even release additional tickets quietly under the radar each week by emailing those on the waiting list and disguise them as resale tickets if needed. The earlier your event sells out, the higher chance attendees will buy even earlier for your next event. So you once heard a story about King's Day in Amsterdam, in which many promoters would always mark their events as sold out 2 weeks before, even if they had thousands of tickets left to sell. This was to avoid attendees leaving it to the final day to purchase in future years. They would use closed networks and ticket offload platforms to secretly distribute their remaining tickets. Perceptions are everything. There's some additional strategies as well. Resale functionality, make sure your ticket platform supports resale and the feature is enabled for your event. Any tickets put up for resale would automatically be listed at the latest pricing tier. So not only does this generate additional revenue from resale tickets, but it also minimizes the effort of addressing inquiries from users looking to resell their tickets. For your ticket naming, ensure that all ticket names are clear and specific. Clearly list any terms for each ticket next to its name, such as anytime entry, or if it's a group ticket, then they have to arrive together, or if it's an early entry ticket, they have to enter before a specific time. You can also use flash sales. If your event is losing momentum, you could consider running a flash sale on tickets. It tends to be particularly effective during the payday weekends when a substantial discount is offered. However, avoid doing this frequently, as your audience may start to anticipate these sales, which could potentially impact full price ticket sales. It could also frustrate those people who have just purchased a full price ticket days before these sales. If you were to run this type of campaign via email, you could exclude current ticket purchases to avoid any frustrations. And sales closing time. A common mistake made by new promoters is ending ticket sales when the event starts. It's beneficial to keep ticket sales available online for as long as possible, as last-minute purchases are quite common. And if tickets are being sold at the door, make sure you mention that in your event listings and any social media posts on the day of the event. Ticket pricing. So to price your tickets, one strategy you could use is to divide your total expected event costs by your anticipated attendance. So if you're unsure, assume this is 60% of capacity. This calculation would give you the average ticket price. Use this average as the baseline price for your event, offering discounts for early birds and raising the price for later ticket releases. For example, if your event costs £12,000 to produce and you expect 600 attendees, then you'll need to average a ticket price of £20 to cover the costs. This table displays revenue from an event with a 1,000 person capacity. The break-even point is reached when 600 tickets have been sold, resulting in £12,000 revenue. I'll also give you an AI prompt to generate a ticket breakdown. Group tickets and payment plans. So selling group tickets can be a very effective strategy to get more people committed to your event. And by offering pairs, triples, and other group ticket options, you can incentivize attendees to bring along friends and family. So these group tickets should always be priced slightly lower than the equivalent number of single tickets to make them more attractive. Sometimes a 3 for 2 or 4 for 3 offer may also work. On some ticketing platforms, you can create a single ticket with a specified number of people. Example, here's one ticket and it admits 4 people. On other platforms, you can set a minimum and maximum quantity for the discount to apply. So you might offer a discount for purchasing 3 to 4 tickets at once. It's essential you communicate clearly that all group ticket holders must arrive at the same time, if that's what's required, as this helps manage entry flow and ensures that the discounted group rates are honoured correctly. Payment plans. So when organising larger events with more expensive tickets, offering the payment plan could be essential. Payment plans make it easier for attendees to commit to purchasing tickets by allowing them to pay in instalments, and this flexibility can significantly boost your sales, particularly for festivals and high-cost events. It's crucial to choose a ticket platform that supports payment plans, and these platforms can manage the installment process automatically, ensuring that payments are collected and tracked efficiently. Make sure to have payment plans available from the launch. Communicate their availability clearly in your marketing materials, including them in social media posts, email campaigns, and on the event's ticketing page. Highlighting the option to pay in installments can attract a broader audience and increase overall ticket sales. And always assume that a small percentage of those entering a payment plan will not complete all their installments, so allocate more tickets in each tier to compensate for this. Upsells, upselling through your ticket page. Depending on your event, you could also offer several upsells along with your tickets, which might include queue jumps, VIP upgrades, shuttle bus services, locker or cloakroom facilities, and backstage passes. So when should you go on sale? From our experience, the optimal time to start selling tickets for an event is within the 2 weeks following payday, in all the months except for December and January. Many promoters avoid launching events altogether around the Christmas period, as the combination of increased ad spend due to many retailers increasing their Christmas ad spend, and less disposable income for the average citizen means a much lower conversion rate. Avoid hosting or announcing events between the 16th of December and 31st of January to reduce the risk of failure. Ideally, hold a pre-sale on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday at midday, followed by a general sale at 5 p.m. So just a general rule of thumb with days of the week. Mondays, many people are reminiscing over the weekend. They have their Monday blues and are probably overwhelmed by the first day back at work. They start to increase their screen time after a reduction over the weekend, so it's a great time to announce events or remind users about upcoming pre-sales. Tuesday and Wednesday, people are normally settling back into the working week and they're starting to plan ahead. Thursday, normally a busy work day as the weekend comes closer. Many hybrid teams now meet up on Thursdays, so we'll be less inclined to be online. Friday, many people work from home and are wrapping up their week of work. They're in good spirits and have potentially been paid and have more time to focus on securing their pre-sale ticket. Saturday and Sunday, a time for many to reduce their screen time and connect with friends and family. So this is where the conversations about your events happen and the word of mouth spreads. Midday is advised for ticket releases, as those that need to can schedule a lunch break to secure their ticket. Any earlier or later and people may be deep into their work. 5 p.m. is advised for general sales, as those that missed out on the pre-sales can secure a ticket after work. But keep in mind that people have less disposable income towards the ends of the month, so releasing tickets or making major announcements to increase ticket sales should be done following a payday. So some key takeaways from this lesson, strategic ticketing drives revenue growth and customer loyalty. Always make sure you're using multiple ticket tiers, focus on loyalty, be smart in your communication, and do everything with perfect timing. So make sure you implement these ticketing strategies today. Thank you for watching this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.